So that sucked. I had no idea. Actually, I did. I had an idea. I forgot that Instagram Live cuts off after an hour. So I don't even know where I was uh, when it cut off. That was awkward. Um, yeah. Then we're back. Yeah, that sucked. That was a buzzkill. It really was. Especially when I finished, I looked over and I was like, wait. Oh man. Well, sound is doing the robot again. Oh, I think we need to find a new platform for live music. Damn, let me try restart this. The sound is still bad. Maybe I need to shut off all my Wi-Fi on my other devices. That's awful. Is it still bad? Bit choppy. Okay, let me try. Yeah, maybe I'll try Twitch or something one day, but this is not cool. Robot voice again. Okay, I'm gonna stop it and start it again. Stop it and start it again. Stop it and start it again. Okay. Um, hopefully audio is better. Hi again. Oh, you guys. It worked. Did it work? Please tell me it worked. Sound is still no good. Oh, what is going on? Okay, well maybe it's choppy. What do we do? Um, sound is worse now. What is going on? Uh, this is anyone who's an Instagram. Do you switch Wi-Fi maybe? Oh man, that's not fun. I'm gonna do this one more time. Sorry, guys. I'm praying that this audio is better. Please, better. Please tell me it's better. Tell me it's better. Please tell me it's better. I got a thumbs up. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're back. I don't know where I was in that last song. I stopped. It's not better. Oh, jeez, you're killing me. No. What is going on Instagram? Please. I'm on like the. No. This is ruining my night. I don't know why. Maybe if I try my iPhone, maybe it's just the audio. Okay, we're gonna try one more thing. one more thing. Okay, I'm gonna end this. Back again. This is such an awful thing in between a live show. And before I do this, I'm going to have to, the next time I do this, update my Wi-Fi settings or something. It's okay now? Okay. The only thing that sucks about this is on my iPhone, and now it's no microphone, and the pianos are going to be really loud, but we'll get through it. We're going to get through it. Okay, we're back, and we're just going to deal with the audio, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Brett, actually, maybe we should see where he's at, because he's supposed to be joining. Is he around? Brett Kissel, if you are here, come on in. Otherwise, I'm going to do something else. Audio's perfect. It's perfect now, but wait until I start playing the piano and it starts compressing. But let's go. What should we do next? Audio is great. Okay, that's good. I'll do something where I don't play the piano super hard. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. She keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy. Wine, she's spitting out the wine. I forgot you left behind our favorite cherry red. Oh, love, I know this isn't love, 'cause I'm still thinking of you while she's getting undressed. I never should have left. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. She keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy in love. Love. She keeps reminding me how good it was. She keeps reminding me nights I miss our faded nights, staying out till morning light, having breakfast in bed. Now she's laying in the sheets, the ones you bought for me. I'll take them to the mess. It should be a mistake. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. And she keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy in love. Love. She keeps reminding me how good it was. She keeps reminding me I'm trying to forget you with all my regrets, but I'm still hanging on to the memories that you left. But I deleted your number with every text, still trying to forget you, yeah, forget you. She keeps reminding me
that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. She keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy. Yeah, she keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. She keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy in love. She keeps reminding me how good it was. She keeps reminding me wine. She's spitting out the wine. I forgot you left me.
All right. We got it. Hopefully that sounded okay. This is exactly what I needed tonight. Rebecca, awesome. Same here. This just made my quarantine night. Aw, thank you. Colombia? Wow. What time is it in Colombia? Are we on the... I should be able to know that. I should know that. Okay. Brett is here. Brett, are you around? I just saw you comment, so let's bring Brett up.
Okay, so I got a question for you. How do you hit those notes? How do you have such a good falsetto? Like I can't. So good.
I'm trying to turn you up. I love it. You just went straight into the performance. Like, hi, I'm Brett Kissel. Just right into the. How do you hit those notes?
No, here's the thing, because I'm so jealous. Here I am. I've taken like a couple vocal notes. I drink whiskey and vodka, like everything that's supposed to lube up my voice, and I couldn't. Your worst day is better than my best day. Why
Hey,
are you the way that you are?
No, come on, man. No. You're selling yourself short, man. What? Like, you're the most hardest working musician in Canada. Every time I look at your Instagram, you have like 14 things you just did that day. You have a podcast. You obviously aren't touring now, but how many of these have you done today?
It's been a good day. Sportsnet with Tim and Sid, which was really cool. We talked a lot about the Oilers, and that was great. I love getting a chance to talk hockey. I know how much you love hockey. Does that make you a Canucks fan though, being that you're from BC?
No. Oh. Yeah. I actually did a hockey talk today too. I talked to Caroline Cameron from Sportsnet, and we talked all things Canucks. So yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, you're a Canucks fan. See you later. Bye.
Well, you're an Oilers fan. I guess this isn't working.
Yeah. No, I just love getting a chance to kind of talk outside of the routine of like, so what are you doing now that you've been cooped up? Like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks for everybody, but I'm watching YouTube like everybody else, and I'm reliving the 2006 Cup run that the Oilers had, and you had a 2011 Cup run.
Yeah, 94. Don't forget about 94.
Yeah, 94. My Oiler, Mark Messier, he said, said not going to happen.
That's a low blow. I mean, I know it's funny because maybe we should tell our followers how how we're even connected. I mean, there is like a hockey connection. There is actually, I don't know if I told you this, there's another connection. Long time ago when you were out in Vancouver, I think you were just blowing up in the country world, like early stages. Like I wasn't even like Shawn Hook yet. But I took a piss beside you in a bathroom in Vancouver, and I was like, wow, that's Brett Kissel right there.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, oh my God, congratulations.
Oh, oh man. Okay. Yeah, so you do remember.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, this is good. This is gold. But after
but where was this in Vancouver?
This was at I think it might have been some sort of event out here. I don't know if it might have been Juno's 2008 or 9, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Were you around? Did you do any of the music festival stuff? Like that country night at, like, I don't know if it was a Roxy. It was like one of those venues on Granville Street.
Okay, I got you. Well,
But,
I remember the Junos being there, and I was there with, well, I don't know, just was there with a few buddies and trying to really kind of get noticed. I was about to sign a record deal around
Yeah.
the Junos time, which ended up falling through. I ended up getting my record deal a couple years later with Warner, but
yeah.
I was pretty lucky, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I do remember though. I do remember being, wow, it's like, Brett Kissel. I was like, I think that was Brett Kissel.
But the first time that we really connected outside of, you know, standing side by side at a urinal was when you and I were standing side by side on the green at the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Edmonton.
Yeah.
You were a special guest in the Celebrity Invitational, as was I.
Yeah.
And you and I made the you made the top 3 or the top 2. Right?
Finals. 18
And you went to the finals.
I lost by a putt. Unfortunately, my pro, not a putt, a chip contest.
Yeah.
It was down to hole 18, but we were going back and forth, trash talking each other the whole game. But that was really good. You put up a good fight.
Well, not bad for a country boy. You know, I tried my best. I had one of the better games I've ever had. Like, I had a couple birdies in a row, and usually I get like 3 birdies a summer, let alone
you had
2 or 3 birdies in a row.
You had post-birdie syndrome, though, that day because you were celebrating your birdie streak. But when you get PBS, then you get like a bogey the next hole, and that's
100%.
Post-birdie syndrome.
And then also, I know it's everybody does it. It's technically legal, but everybody counts on me to bring the best array of alcohol in my golf bag. So I've got everything. So by the time the marshal's nowhere in sight, so we're drinking birdie juice all day. I was there, the Premier of Alberta at the time, and we're just throwing them back and stuff like that. So I knew I wasn't going to win. I was 3/4 gone.
You say that, but you nailed some dagger putts as well, like some long putts. That was like what I remember the most. Is we were going like putt for putt, which was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Maybe we both rise to the occasion, but that was a pretty incredible experience. But now we're here. Actually, let's remind you another story, another encounter. Should we talk about Nashville?
Well, no, because then I feel bad all over again.
Let's talk about Nashville.
Well, yeah, you just write all these big hits without me. And I'm like, come on, Shawn, why didn't you invite me to the party?
You know what's funny, Brett? Like, all jokes aside, that was probably one of my most productive weeks I've ever had. I ended up having 3 cuts out of that week. And that's like within like 2 years of writing songs.
Yeah.
But like my own cuts. I mean, so who knows? Maybe I just favor them because of that. But just so our friends know what we're talking about, Brett and I were supposed to write, but you had a really, really, really great reason. And sometimes when a writer cancels, like I live in Los Angeles half the time, and you will not believe some of the straight blatant lies people say to get out of a session. Like, oh, traffic, can't make it. I can tell you horror stories about canceled sessions. But you wrote me this amazing long explanation, and you were working with an incredible producer that day. So I was like, yeah, don't even worry about it. Go do it. But I think we might have wrote my second single that day out of nowhere, out of a session I booked last minute. So I can't be mad.
Sons of Daughters, right?
Yeah.
So for me, like, that was one of the biggest moments for me, just like being like, phew, like, obviously you were so productive. You're such a prolific songwriter, but I did feel so bad that we weren't able to collaborate. And you'd flown from Los Angeles to Nashville to write with a number of people, including myself, but to bail, it's bad form. You just don't do that. And I did, and I'm sorry. However, I know you got a great song out of the deal, and I did buy you a nice dinner. I did buy dinner. You did. No.
Yeah, it's honestly, like, I'm not even mad. I just think it's hilarious. Like, it's just a funny story how things kind of work out sometimes. And I'm glad you did. And hopefully your other session went well. How did it go?
Well, it went great. I mean, the guys that I worked with led to the opportunity to get a chance to really, really solidify friendship with Brad Paisley, because the guy that was producing the record was Luke Wooten. So we were doing some stuff together. We ended up cutting a song that day called Damn, which was on my last record that heavy metal god Dave Mustaine played on it. So at the same time, it was a very, very useful time spent for me as it was for you. But I think it's going to make it all the more sweeter when we finally get a chance. When COVID-19 is gone, you and I will get a chance to write together again.
No, we will for sure. We're going to golf. We're going to write. We're going to play. We're just going to hang out. Okay, what was I going to say? I had another talking point. I feel like these things are, they're kind of fun. This is like my first actual concert. So it's like, it's kind of turning into a bit more of like a variety show.
Well, I love that it is like, and Rhea May did such a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
She really did.
She crushed it. She crushed it. So did Max. I thought Max was great too, like an up and coming. I think you might have been on your other.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see Max.
Yeah, he was really good too. So you've got some big shoes to fill. No, I'm just kidding.
Story of my life. I'm always trying to fill shoes.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you though. Sorry. I remember what I wanted to say. The whole reason you're on the show. It's not the whole reason, but you were supposed to host the Juno Awards show on Friday night, the dinner, the gala.
Yeah.
Explain to me your process of thinking leading up to it being canceled, and then anything happening in the future with that.
You know what? For me, as soon as there was a lot of unrest going on, and as soon as the NBA canceled their season, I knew 100% that the Junos, I just felt it, that it was going to be postponed or canceled.
Yeah.
I was expecting the call. I finally did. I did get a great message from the president of my record label, Steve Kane, as well as, obviously the people that I was working with at the Junos. And I feel that they did the right thing. It just, at that point, it was right on the edge where they could have gone through with it because it had technically started. It was the Thursday of the Junos. But I believe that social protocol would not have allowed them to go. And I'm so glad that they did cancel.
Yeah.
With that being said, all of us as artists got to put ego aside and say, this is a global pandemic. It's not about glass trophies anymore.
It's not.
It's not about who's a great songwriter. And look at how good I am. I had a great tour, and look at how great my video is. That's great works of art that ought to be celebrated, but not during this time.
Yeah.
So I was totally fine with them canceling the show, postponing it to another time. I don't know what they're going to do for giving out the awards. But for me, I was just the host. I was just there to do my job, tell some jokes, keep it running, and have a lot of fun with it. So that being said, if I get an opportunity to do it in 2021, which hindsight is a really big year. It's the 50th anniversary of the Junos. I think it's going to be okay. If everything happens for a reason, it'll be special when we do it again.
Yeah, those are, I couldn't have put it better myself. I think you're spot on with that.
Now, I got a Juno question for you, because Jan Arden is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You had an opportunity to perform alongside with her before. Yeah. And then you also did a great tribute to Burton Cummings. Now, you being a great piano player and a great vocalist,
thank you.
You are paying tribute to one of the great piano players and greatest vocalists in Canadian history.
Yeah.
Was that did you mindset have to go, okay, another day in the office, just got to do what I got to do? Or was that like, holy shit, I'm singing a Burton Cummings song? Like, what was it like?
Honestly, it was a bit of everything. The fact that I got asked to do it with Jan Arden, and like, it was probably one of the biggest honors of my life, to be completely honest with you. Because I've looked up to Jan Arden as a performer. She was one of the first concerts I saw back in the day. And I actually, when I signed my first record deal, I was opening for Jan Arden, and an A&R person from EMI Records flew out from Toronto to Penticton, BC to see me open, and basically that night signed me. So I have a big, that was a big moment for me for sure with Jan. And then it kind of came full circle at the Junos. One of my other big first moments was a show with Burton Cummings and Sarah McLachlan in Victoria when I didn't have any record, nothing. Like, I barely had any songs out. I was basically filling time for a changeover set in between Sarah and Burton. And so I met him there, and then it kind of all came full circle at the Junos. And then I got laryngitis on the Friday of the Sunday. So I rehearsed with Jan at her house in Calgary on Thursday. It was incredible. I felt really good. Like, my nerves were in a good place. I felt great about our performance. We sang the whole thing. And then laryngitis Friday. I literally had no voice. Doctor gave me steroids and basically told me not to speak until Sunday. So that time between Friday and Sunday, Jan was like, how are you feeling? How's your vocals? And worst case scenario, I would have just played piano. I probably wouldn't have been able to sing on Sound of Your Heart, the other song I played that night. But it all came together, and in the moment, it was pretty surreal. And I don't think I think when you're in the moment, like, you probably can relate, when you're performing, it's just, not to make it sound like it's just another performance, but you kind of get into that zone of like, it's a performance. It's like, you're just you're just going with the flow, and you try.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking about the moment, that's when I'm not at my best. If I'm in it, that's when I know I'm in it.
That's a great way to describe it. And obviously the great entertainers do that. And were you able to pull through with laryngitis?
The steroids worked. I got jacked as well.
Right on.
No, they actually did. They whatever. And it's not good if you're a singer. Do not rely on steroids. So if you have vocal issues, it's not a good thing long term. But short term, if you're singing in front of a national audience and a once in a lifetime opportunity like that, that's why I decided to do it. And that aside, I think I talked about this earlier on another interview. The Canadian music industry just came in. All the other performers, they were like, hey, like the tenors, like Shawn Mendes, Whitehorse, everybody basically found out that I was sick. And they're like, what can we do to help you? This is what we do. Shawn Mendes was like, here, take my humidifier. And the tenors like, here's our vocal remedies. And they're such great singers. I'm like, whatever you guys are doing, like,
yeah.
Yes. I mean, Shawn is great too. But yeah, it was a cool Canadian moment too. And when I was down.
That is the epitome of Canadian camaraderie, and nothing against, like, I've spent some time in Los Angeles and stuff like that, but it's very, very crazy. The music scene in other cities as compared to what goes on in Canada is truly unlike any other place I've ever been, which is a very special thing. I love to fly the flag for Canada anytime I get an opportunity. Yeah,
same here. Okay, well, I feel like we can talk for another hour, but I think our fans want us to sing and want you to sing since you just jumped on to my stream. So I would love for you to sing anything you want. I know you've probably played a bunch of songs today, so I don't know. Maybe I should throw you a curveball. Maybe play me either the first song you ever wrote, or your latest song that you just wrote, or both. Unless you've already played them.
No. Here's the first song I ever wrote. Check out these lyrics. I was 7 years old. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'll just say I'm fine. And if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm just wasting time. That was it. That was all.
Wow.
Wasting time.
That's not bad. Mine was, I think, about my 8th grade crush. It was Nyoka, and it was like really sad. It was like, Nyoka, I love you. It wasn't even in key. I can't remember. Yeah. But
what a great song title,
actually,
Nyoka.
You know what? I really love when you released Drink About Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, damn, next level. Like, next level. Like, that song.
Well, you want me to play that for you?
If you can, I would love it. The lyrics in that song totally, I think, are great. I think the lyrics are amazing.
Well, hey, honestly, it's my honor. Thank you for that. Thank you for, like, it's I'd be honored to play it. It's a song that has changed my life, and it's really cool when you can strip down the song and bring it all back.
Yeah.
To just a vocalist and a piano, or a vocalist and his guitar. So I'll play.
Yeah, I love that. I love that record. I love the lyrics in there. And let you do your thing.
We were a million miles up in it, like the world was only spinning around for us. Started a fire and we jumped in it, hotter than the center of the sun. Slow kissing in a fast car, jeans sliding off in the rain. Yeah, tonight it's got me smiling, buzzing on the memories we made. Here's to those days. I hope a margarita puts you on the coast with me. A Coca-Cola takes you down to Mexico. Baby, when you take a sip of some strong whiskey, does it put you in that dive bar, stealing my heart in a corner booth, way down in Baton Rouge, baby? 'Cause baby, after all of this time, while I'm sipping, I miss you like crazy. Tell me, baby, do you drink about me? Do you ever look back and laugh at that time we got so drunk at your apartment, playing air guitar like we were Guns N' Roses? We were too damn good to forget about, so girl, I'm racing what up down to the moments I'm still holding. I hope a margarita puts you on the coast with me. A Coca-Cola takes you down to Mexico. Baby, when you take a sip of some strong whiskey, does it put you in that dive bar, stealing my heart in a corner booth? After all of this time, one little sipping, I miss you like crazy. Tell me, baby, do you drink about me? Do you drink about me? Do you drink about me?
I'm drinking about you, buddy. Wow.
I love you. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, cheers, man.
I'm
Dude,
empty.
I love that record. It's so good. So good.
Thank you.
I
I got the real deal now.
hang on,
Cheers.
I'll top off my glass. Virtual cheers. Okay. Cheers to you, Brett, and to all
Cheers.
the people watching right now. If you have a glass, cheers to you guys. I hope everyone is safe out there right now. And, you know, this is the new socializing. There's nothing wrong with
I
this.
know.
I gotta drink it, sorry. And it's cool. This is temporary. We're gonna get through this, and we just have to, as long as we all abide to this. There's still some rebel virus people out there.
Yeah, no, I you know what? You're right. There are those people out there, but I know we're going to get through it because,
Yeah.
well, we're human beings. We always get through it. There's
Yeah.
nothing we can't get through. And just for what it's worth, I think that this is so cool that we do get a chance to connect. Like even you and I, like I definitely put you in this category of not only an artist I adore and respect, but just all around great freaking guy. I'd love to say the F word, but you know, we got kids and shit like that. But you know, great guy. But the thing about it is that we never get a chance to chat or really connect. It's random, maybe once a year or what have you. So this just made my day, getting an opportunity to do this. Yeah, it's on FaceTime, and I wish I could hug you in person. But you know, it is what it is. We're trying our best.
I love it, Brett. And hopefully we do this again. I feel like we will. And I appreciate you kind of staying up late. I know you're on Mountain Time, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's easy breezy. It's 9:35. I'm gonna go up and pour myself a nice drink, and me and Cecilia, we're gonna watch Stranger Things. We've been binging shows, so we're on that right now.
Okay, well, I think I've been on for about 90 minutes, and we talked about that window of time, right? I know some people gotta get to bed on the East Coast, but thank you. Please come back anytime, and I'm sure we'll do this again.
Yeah, you betcha, buddy. Thanks
All
for
right.
everything, all right? Have a good night, okay?
Brett. Yeah, you have a good night, buddy.
Yeah,
Say hi
see
to
you,
the
dude.
family. All right, see ya. All right, that was incredible. Thank you, Brett. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you've been watching this whole thing through all the sound issues and whatnot, you guys are champions. I'm gonna do a few more songs, and then you guys can get to bed. All right.
I just wanna talk now, but honestly I'm inside out. I'm blinded with the walls and they're closing on me. Tired of fake faces, telling me as if they know my page. Never show. Surrounded by all my friends, but I'm feeling like I don't fit in. So I keep on pretending that I'm not missing the way you feel. So I keep on pretending you ain't mine, but I don't feel like dancing. There's something with you, 'cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. I don't wanna go out unless you're coming too, 'cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance. You're my safety. I don't need to bite my tongue. I can say what I wanna say. I can be who I am, or just anyone. Surrounded by all my friends, but I'm feeling like I don't fit in. So I keep on pretending that I'm not missing the way you feel. So I keep on pretending you don't mind. I don't feel like dancing unless I'm there with you. 'Cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. And I don't wanna go out unless you're coming too. 'Cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. 'Cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. And I don't wanna go out unless you're coming too. 'Cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance, I don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance unless you wanna. I don't wanna dance. I don't feel like dancing unless I'm there with you. 'Cause when I'm by myself, I'm always thinking about you.
All right. My mom's texting me. Mom, I'm live right now. All right, thank you guys. It's been a minute. It's been like 140 minutes? No, it's been 100 minutes. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to play one more song. I saw some requests for this one earlier. Yeah. Do you guys think I should do this more often? Like a weekly thing, perhaps? Maybe I'll sort out the Wi-Fi. All right. Cool. I have time for one more song. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you hopefully next week. Maybe this will be a weekly thing.
You are my courage, my sword and shield, grace under pressure, my water still. I was a stone when I stumbled. You were the angel, chained to the ground. I missed the way you undressed. I missed your head on my chest. Can't stop this bleeding, can't stop believing. I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. Baby, I'm in love with you. Oh, and I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. Baby, I'm in love to lose. Oh, and I'm missing the sound of your heart. Oh, and I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. You showed me heaven, you rang the bells. I played with matches, it hurt like hell. Asleep and wake, you're all I see. I can't escape you, can't set you free. I miss you free. Rising, catching your breath in silence. Can't stop this bleeding, can't stop believing. I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. Baby, I'm in love with you. I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. Baby, I'm about to lose. Oh, I'm missing the sound of your heart. Miss you. I'm missing the sound of your heart. Miss you. Miss you. I'm missing the sound of your heart. Baby, I'm coming. Baby, I'm coming. Tell me now, baby, I'm coming running. Baby, I'm coming. Baby, I'm coming. Tell me now, baby, I'm coming running. Baby, I'm in love with you. Oh, and I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. Baby, you are mine to lose. Oh, I'm missing the sound of your heart beating. I'm missing the sound of your heart. Miss you. Miss you. Oh, I'm missing the sound of your heart beating, beating.
right, guys. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully this becomes a regular thing. But hopefully we get out of this sooner than later, and we can do this in person. But for now, this is gonna be fun, and I think we might try to do this weekly. So have a good night. Signing off for now. Thanks again to Rhea. Thanks again to Max. Thanks again to Mike Page, and thanks to Brett Kissel for joining me. And thank you guys for hanging out this whole time. I know it's a lot. So I appreciate it. Have a good night. We'll see you.